I'm trying to get ready for summer, right? So I don't think I'm throwing all the shirts away.
Jason Derulo. Jason!
Oh, God.
Look, I wish you were here. I know you're on Zoom, but the only problem with you on Zoom is Danielle can't sniff you like she always does.
Jason, what are you doing to me?
I know, it's crazy. It's too cold over there.
Oh, really?
He's right.
Anyway, Danielle, she found out you were on Zoom. She's like, I'm not coming in unless I can sniff me some Jason Derulo. I went, okay, it's going to be all right. It's so cool. Hey, I was listening to Sexy For Me a little bit earlier. This is the kind of song I need before I go out on the town, putting on my lipstick, getting my hair done, you know, putting on my sexy skirt. This is a great song.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was the goal, man. I really wanted to create a song that was that backdrop when, women are getting ready in the morning. It's like, what's gonna make you feel like the most confident version of you? What's gonna make you feel sexy? When you're getting ready for that specific event. And the reception has been amazing, man. So I'm really excited.
Well, I mean, with lyrics like ass up, face down when she's dancing on me, how can you go wrong? I mean,
that's what I'm saying, Elvis.
And there's not one. I looked at the video. There's not one ugly person in the video. Do you even know ugly people?
Oh my God. No, I don't.
You don't allow ugliness in your zone.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Well, look, I've got a question about the project, though. The Last Dance Part 1 came out earlier this year, but Last Dance Part 2's later this year. And I read somewhere that you're calling this The Last Dance because it's kind of like your last dance with one era of your music and career, and you're planning on moving to something new, something fresh. Is that kind of what this is about?
Yeah, for sure. So for me, I think it's a beautiful thing that you can wake up in the morning and feel like today I want to be different. But I think there's been a gradual change in me, in the way that I carry myself as a man, the interests that I have, the places that I'm going, the way that I speak, the way that I dress, is constantly, evolving, So as I evolve as a man, I feel like the music will do the same, So the first half of this album is a celebration of who I've been, throughout these years. And the second half will be the beginning of the evolution.
So it's going to have a different sound and texture? Or, I mean, we're going to notice a definitely different sound?
100%.
Wow.
Huh.
Is it death metal?
That sounds like the first time somebody asked me that, but that's actually not the first time somebody asked me that.
Damn it.
Oh, wow.
Well, no, I did notice that this song, Sexy For Me, is 2 minutes. That's a very short song. Are you intentionally writing songs to be a little bit shorter because of social media, TikTok, and all the things that are more fleeting now?
No, actually, I mean, if you look in the past, most of his songs were about a minute and 50 something seconds. So it's not a new thing. I guess, certain songs don't necessarily need certain things, but I didn't feel like it was that short until I actually looked at the time and I was like, well, damn, this is 2 minutes. So no. Not even something that I noticed until it was finished.
Well, see, doing what we've done for so many years, playing music, playing songs every day. If I see a Jason Derulo song coming up, it's like, we better go pee now because there's not going to be time to pee. You can't hit play on your song and go to. What's that?
No, that's Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas songs be like 5 minutes.
I know.
Oh yeah, that's Peas song. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, love. If I've had too much fiber, I'm like, we got to play some Black Eyed Peas. So when you listen to my show here, Black Eyed Peas, you know where we are and what we're doing. But enough of that. So, how have you been? What have you done lately, Jason, that has just made you go, wow, life is friggin' awesome right now for me?
Oh man, I just got off tour. So I was on tour in Europe and in the UK for the last 3 months, and it's been the most amazing experience of my life. I mean, just the fact that I get to be up and close and personal with the people, but also the fact that I got to put on the show that I've always wanted to put on. Throughout my career, I felt like I've always tried to, put on the best shows that I can, but there's only so much that you can do without a budget. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the budgets this time were the biggest that they've ever been, man, and I've been so excited to actually put on the show that I've actually dreamed about. You know what I'm saying? So that was really incredible. Also, I was doing these flash mobs outside of the venues, so the people that couldn't get tickets to the show because there was a sold out tour. The people that couldn't get the tickets, I went out, out into the where they were, selling tickets and outside, and I was doing performances outside of the arena. So it was a lot of fun, man.
And you've got a
Wow. So
book. Don't you have a children's book out too that you just put out?
I do, yes, yes. Inspired by little Bubba, who I gotta wake up in a few minutes for school. But yeah, I wrote a book called Sing Your Name Out Loud, a couple years ago, and I tried to read it for him, and it was just a little too over his head, So I wanted to create a version that I felt like could inspire, kids in the same way that I was inspired. So I did a version, a couple versions actually, of children's books that inspired them, telling my story, telling other stories to, just make them the best versions of them.
that's really cool, inspiring other people. And you come from very humble beginnings. You make no secret about that. And you out of all the people we've interviewed over the years, Jason Derulo, you always take stock in what you have learned about how you got to where you are. You're always inspiring for others, and your inspirational vibe is always on point and at 100% revved up. And you always make us feel good. It's not only your smell, but it's just, I mean, don't you guys always feel good when Jason Derulo's
Always.
around? I
He's
mean,
one-
you just do.
Anytime people ask us who our favorite guests are, you're always on the list.
Thank you
Always.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
And I like to interviewing you in your living room, and you're wearing a jacket with absolutely no shirt whatsoever.
Hey, just so you know, Elvis, I don't think I'm wearing a shirt for the next year. I'm gonna be honest.
You're giving up.
all
Is this the
right.
new Jason Derulo, the new chapter? No shirts allowed. Is it?
100%. Man, my diet on tour was so clean, and I'm trying to get ready for summer, right? So I don't think I'm throwing all the shirts away.
You can join Kesha on the Tits Out tour.
Yeah.
You should.
Great.
All I've seen in the last 3 months is soup, salmon, baked chicken breast. I don't even like baked chicken breast.
But wait a minute.
Yeah.
If you're gonna cheat, do you have a cheat meal that you would go to?
Yeah. If I'm gonna cheat, I'm not gonna go too crazy. I'm gonna do something like, no, actually, the other night I went too crazy. I had a volcano cake and vanilla ice cream. That's my favorite
nice.
dessert in the world.
Oh,
That's Nate's every day over here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I look like I do.
Yeah, volcano cake with vanilla ice cream. It goes in the same as it comes out. It's like, so I mean, if you've been doing nothing but salmon and eating clean, that
Forget it.
stuff will wreck you for life.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping that from coming out for sure.
So, Jason, look, following your funny and your hilarious antics online on Instagram and all that, and just being with you in the room, what about those days where you try to find a way to pull yourself out of the ditch? Because we're human. We always go into a ditch from time to time. What is it that can make you snap back into positive attention when you find yourself kind of dragging out a little bit?
I try to get lost in the routine. When you just take your feelings out of it and just follow the day-to-day things that you need to do, it always somehow gets me out of the rut that I'm in. So like for instance, like when I broke my neck, I did the same thing every single day, and I did not waver. So like when I woke up in the morning, I had a very similar breakfast. I would go to the gym. I couldn't do anything but walk, but I walked. But it was, part of my routine. And after I walked, I would come home, and then I would go straight to the studio, and I spent a specific amount of time in the studio, and then all of a sudden, I looked up, and then I was creating all of these songs that I felt like were incredible songs, But I was in a I could have been in a very dark place, but I got lost in the routine, and then I ended up writing, some of my best work, in that time period. That album had 6 platinum songs on it, but that was supposed to be my lowest moment in life. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
No.
That's good to hear. Because we were wondering that entire time exactly how you were coping with all that. But then the music comes out, like, nothing happened to him. Listen to this. This is great. But that was a big life change. So why did you decide, you told us a little bit a second ago, but why did you decide to make a specific line in the sand? I'm going from part 1 to part 2 of The Last Dance, and it's a new me. Why did you want to share it with the world like that?
Because I started to notice a change in myself,
Really?
and yeah, and that change in myself, I was like, okay, so like I noticed it happening, and if it's happening organically, then it's supposed to happen, right? And that change as a man, I think, is important. So I decided to make it a definite thing, and make it an entire shift. So I think it's a beautiful day because today is actually when I'm starting part 2. So I'm really excited. I haven't made music. Really, I did a couple of features. I recorded a couple of features while I was on the road, but I haven't really made music in the last 3 months. So I'm excited to dive in.
When you talk about changes that you've seen in yourself, what type of changes have you seen?
Um, Honestly, it's really the basics, like I said, it's like the way that I'm dressing, how I'm speaking to people, even my interactions with women, are different now than they were before. And I guess it's just about knowing more about life, knowing more about myself, knowing more about what I want, knowing more about what works, myself on the road, back in the day, I would be partying, drinking, big vibes. And this time, after the show, you could find me in bed. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get my 8 hours, you know what I'm saying? So that difference I feel like is a real thing, So I want the music to do the same. I want
Okay.
it to be a growth.
So part 2 will be that. But we're still in part 1 now. So
Yeah, we're
which
still in
brings
part
me
1.
to a piece of sound I want to play you. So, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary doing this show here at Z100 and around the world. This is our 30th year doing this.
Good. Congratulations.
You weren't
guys.
even alive then.
I definitely wasn't.
So we found a moment when you came in. You've been on our show a lot of times. This was the night after you were up celebrating a release of one of your new songs. And I don't even think you slept that night. I think you came in wearing a fur
You
or something
did,
like
yeah.
a
You
floor-length
totally did.
fur
Yeah,
or something. And
Sounds about
do you,
me.
I know, but if you want to keep in mind, if you want to okay, Last Dance, this life is gone. Do you want to hear a piece of the life that's gone?
Please, please.
Okay, here we go. This is from 2016. This was 10 years ago. So you were out partying last night, and is it like? Why are you laughing?
Is it written on my face, bro? Can you tell that I'm still drunk? Is it on my breath?
No, look.
Well, I'm just so everybody know I'm drunk as hell. Let's just call a spade a spade.
No, but let me be honest.
I sprayed cologne now.
You're fine. You're fine.
I sprayed
Listen.
Gucci cologne and then I sprayed it and I was like, this is not that good.
Jason.
I was like, somebody got me the generic brand.
Jason, that was Axe.
It had a G on it, but I don't know if it was.
Jason, you're preaching to the choir. I'm drunk here every day.
Oh,
It's like,
amazing.
Well, yeah, we were out drinking too. We were celebrating Swallow or something. I don't know. That was a fun show.
Yes.
It was great. I know, but I'm sorry. We've got to say goodbye to that Jason. That Jason is no longer with us. Well, no, part 2 hasn't come out yet, so you can have another cocktail before part 2 comes out.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, I remember that day like it was yesterday. That's hilarious.
You do? I don't remember much of that day, but you did. That's good. That was funny. Anyway, thanks to you and your music, we've had a very, 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 very successful 30 years because, without you, without our guests like you, who are actually members of our family, been around for so long, we say thank you. Because of you, we're still here. Thank you very much.
And I appreciate and thank you guys. I mean, you guys have been the backdrop to my life even before I put out a song. So I want to thank you guys because you have helped me through a lot of super tired mornings and hungover mornings.
Well,
It's been incredible listening to you guys, and it's amazing that you guys are still as amazing as you were from the beginning.
well, thank you. Thank you very much. Sexy for me, it's Jason Derulo. Thank you, Jason.
Jason!